It's finally warm enough to start our patio makeover. Thank God. I feel like I've been waiting forever to do this. I am just so excited to show you guys what we have in store. There's so much on the agenda today. We have to go get some flowers so we can plant things. We also want to make some DIY flower beds, so that will be really fun too. We're gonna add some seating to our patio. We're gonna totally clean it off, and the best part is we're gonna be making a budget-friendly DIY canopy because we really need some shade in our backyard. We have absolutely none, but we didn't want to spend a few $1,000s on a whole gazebo. So we're gonna show you a super easy way that you can get some shade in your backyard for a really inexpensive price. So I'm so excited. I really wanted to make this space feel as cozy on the outside as it did on the inside. And I also want this to be kind of an extension of our house. I want this to match the vibe of our house, and I wanted it to feel really cohesive. We are always outside. My kids, especially in the summer, they're always playing outside. So I want to be able to watch them out there, but still have a comfortable, shady place to be. That is our goal. We are gonna totally transform this space into an outdoor oasis. I cannot wait. We've been waiting to do this since, honestly, ever since we moved in. So it's been a long time coming, but let's start right now. Here is what the patio is looking like. I haven't touched anything on here whatsoever. There's random chairs and toys everywhere. Nothing is cohesive, and this is just not functional at all. We're gonna completely clear out this space and start fresh. The easiest way to start a makeover is by having a blank slate so you can really visualize where everything is gonna go. This is also going to shortly become a construction area, so we're gonna need all the extra space that we can get. Before we move on to building our canopy, I'm gonna quickly rinse off the patio. A pressure washer would ideally work great for this, but I didn't have one, so I just used my hose attachment and put it on the jet stream, which is the setting with the most pressure. This did the trick and got all the loose dirt off, as well as any grass or rocks that were lodged into the cracks in the concrete. We're gonna be putting a rug over this patio just a little bit later on in this video, so I wanna make sure it's as clean as I can get it before we cover it up. Now we have to set up our posts to hold our canopy and our string lights. I saw on Pinterest that you can hold up stakes like this by putting it in cement and letting it sit in a planter. So that is the strategy that we're trying here, but a little spoiler alert, it did not end up working this way, and we had to move on to plan B at the last minute. No big deal now, but in the moment it was a real bummer because it set us back a day, and we just thought for sure it would work for us because it worked for other people on the internet. So I don't know. I'm just keeping all of our errors in this video though, so you guys can learn from them and so you don't have to make the same mistakes that we did. So we got a big planter and a 4x4x10 piece of wood, and then we just put them together and poured the cement mixture in. We're using a fast drying Quikrete concrete mix that we picked up from Home Depot, and we used 50 pounds for each post. The directions on this Quikrete concrete mix says to just pour it in and pour some water on top. And it's supposed to just seep through it and do all the work for you without having to stir it. But honestly, I stirred it up a little bit just because that just felt like the right thing to do. We're gonna let the cement dry for a few hours while we go to Walmart and pick up some fresh florals and greenery for our patio. I really wanna bring this space to life by adding real plants. I usually only decorate with faux plants indoors, and I just personally love adding some pops of colors with my flowers, especially for the summertime coming up. So I'm picking out all different colors that I think will blend well together, and also a good amount of these tiny white flowers called Sweet Alyssum or Alyssum, and these are gonna be perfect for filling up the planters for in between the different plants, and it can just help occupy the empty space within the soil. Our cement posts are still drying at the moment, so we're gonna go ahead and start planting. I'm planting a variety of different flowers in different textured and different colored pots. These are gonna act as decor to place around our furniture so we can make the patio space feel more gathered and decorated. I'm using the pots that I DIY'd in my DIY designer dupes video a few videos back, and they luckily fit perfectly for all of our pretty plant friends. The concrete is pretty much set now, so Nick is putting up the hardware to hold up our canopy. We got this canopy from Amazon for only like $30, and we just got the white color so it could seamlessly match our house and hopefully look a little bit more built in. I just bought a hardware kit off of Amazon to hang all of this, and of course I'll have everything that we're using linked down below so it's really convenient for you guys to access it. The kit was really nice because it came with all the brackets, screws, carabiners, and honestly everything that you might need to hang a canopy like this. Did it just blow over?
Yeah.
Why?
There's so much force on that side.
No. Why did this work on Pinterest? So clearly the wood post and the planters did not work, and I think it's because the area that we live in is really windy and the canopy kind of acted as a sail and the wind just had too much force to it. But I think if we had some bigger planters with a bigger base and maybe some heavier concrete as well, then it probably could have worked, but I just think it was just too windy at our house for this to work. And our patio is not that big, and I just didn't want to take up more surface area by getting a wider planters. So we moved on to plan B, which was digging holes into the grass. We dug about a foot in and then rested the wood posts on the concrete that was already there and set from the patio. And then we just started pouring the Quikrete mixture in. This time we just poured a little in at a time and then poured in some water, mixed it up, and then just kept repeating that process all the way up to the top. I also recommend to put the hardware on the post before you stand the post up, just so you don't have to get up on the ladder and do it later. And we also wanted to conceal the poles a little bit, and I still wanted to plant my flowers in these planters around the poles. So we decided to just improvise and make a hole in the bottom of our planters. So we took a Dremel and cut out a square in the bottom and then just put the planters over the top of the post and they just slid right down. And we're just gonna let this cement cure overnight so it's super sturdy for tomorrow. So hopefully we can put up the canopy. Okay, it's day 2 of our patio makeover. We definitely ran into some hiccups yesterday and it was a little bit frustrating, but we did it. And the poles are very, very sturdy. Like, they're not going anywhere. Did you feel it? They're sturdy. They're dug into the ground and then we put cement over it. And yeah, so I'm confident. Now we just have to get this sail up today and put all the furniture in, decorate, and just do all the finishing touches. So let's do it. And this time it actually worked, you guys. Thank God. So now we can move on to the rest of the makeover. That one side did fall off when Nick was putting on that corner, but don't worry. I just didn't tie the knot on the right spot and we fixed it right away, right after we put up that side, and it worked great. I'm gonna start planting some plants into these 2 planters that these posts are holding before I move the rug onto this space, just so it doesn't get too dirty. I'm gonna fill these planters up with some rocks just so the soil has something to rest on and to help with drainage. While I was playing garden, Nick was building some window plant boxes for us. So he built the base of it and it was pretty simple. He just made a box pretty much without the top, and I added the trim and all the finishing touches to these guys, but we will work on that once we're done planting over here. I'm definitely a rookie when it comes to gardening, and I'm still learning myself, but I do know that once you're repotting plants, you want to make sure to gently break up the roots so they can integrate with the soil easier in its new pot. Both planter boxes are made thanks to the wonderful hubs, and now it's time to make it look pretty. I'm putting some trim on the top and the bottom, and I'm just attaching it using wood glue. I made sure to cut the trim at a 45-degree angle so it could seamlessly meet with the other piece and create a nice cornered finish. We clamped it down and let the wood glue dry, and while we were waiting, I thought this was the perfect opportunity to put up the string lights. I love these ones because they're plastic, so you don't have to worry about glass breaking, and they're also solar powered, so you don't have to have a running cord ruining your whole aesthetic. And the string is actually brown instead of black, so it's much softer and it lets you focus more on the warmth of the lights. And we only used 1 box of these string lights, and that worked perfect for our space. The wood glue is dry on our window boxes now, so I'm just filling in all the cracks and screw holes with wood filler, and I'm sanding it smooth so you can't see the wood filler, and also to eliminate any sharp edges or splinters. And now I'm just gonna stain it, and I'm using a mixture of whitewash and the color Classic Gray by Minwax. I love this color, but on its own, I find it to be a bit too dark, so adding a little bit of whitewash paint diluted with water works great for me. We used the biggest drill bit we could find to make drainage holes on the bottom of the planters, so our plants actually have a chance at surviving. Here comes my favorite part, where everything starts coming together. We're moving out this rug that we used to have in our living room, but this is actually indoor-outdoor, so we've been saving it for this patio because we knew we wanted a comfy ground to walk on even though we're outdoors. Now let's move in our new patio furniture. This is the acacia wood sofa set from Costway, and I'm so grateful that they decided to give this amazing set to us for this video. I love the rope texture that this set has. It definitely gives some coastal without being too much, and it's perfect for our style. They had different colors to choose from, but we chose the black cushions. This set also comes with a coffee table, but we decided to purchase this fire pit table instead. We really wanted something that would warm us up on the chilly summer days, but also something to cozy up the ambiance of the backyard. I love how this guy also turns into a table for when we aren't using the fire. We didn't like how the propane cord was showing, so we decided to just cut a slit in our rug and slide the cord underneath just to conceal it a little bit better. We're gonna finish our last little gardening session today by filling up these window boxes. I was definitely not afraid of color when picking out these flowers, and I'm so glad I did because it really brightened up the whole space, especially because all of our furniture and pots are neutral colors. Pro tip that I wish I would have thought of sooner: if you find yourself having to sweep off your patio a million times, just bring out your vacuum. My Dyson actually worked on the concrete and I was so impressed. I'm adding this little fountain to the corner because it was feeling a little dull, and I also really wanted to hear the trickling water when I'm just sitting out here. I feel like it sounds like you're in nature and it's just so peaceful. For the kids' toys, I'm putting them in this big outdoor storage basket that I picked up from TJ Maxx, and I love how this looks rattan and matches the rest of the patio, but it still conceals all the bright toys. Any areas that seemed a little blank is where I added my flowered pots that we planted at the beginning of this video. I also added this faux olive tree just to bring some height to the area and help draw your eye up towards the pretty string lights. Of course, we're adding some light colored outdoor pillows to contrast on the black sofa, but to also add some comfort and make the patio feel a little bit more homey. I'm adding this big citronella candle to keep the bugs away, and that's it. Let me remind you of where we started with this project. There was no coordination or organization whatsoever, and it was feeling very messy and blah. Well, after a few days of hard work and an inexpensive budget later, here's our new patio. And that is our patio. What did you guys think? I really hope you enjoyed this video. Makeover videos are honestly my favorite videos to make, so if you enjoyed it, please give it a like and comment down below. I'd love to have a chat with you in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting me. It truly does mean the world. And yeah, we'll see you in a few days in a new one. Bye.